I recall earlier we brought you the news that the governor of Sokoto State, and that's Aliyu Ahmed, says there is no plan whatsoever to dethrone the Sultan of Sokoto. And to unpack that, I am joined live on the news by the leader of the Muslims' Rights Concern, Professor Ishaq Akintola. Good afternoon. Glad to have you join me.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Now, the Sokoto State government has denied allegations made by Murik about plans to dethrone the Sultan of Sokoto. I mean, what evidences or sources did Murik rely on to make such allegations?
Well, the Sokoto State government can tell its stories to the Marines. The Marines will believe them.
Why do you say so?
We didn't just speak. We didn't just make this allegation. Imagine a governor, a state governor, deposing 15 traditional rulers in a single day at once. Not one, not two. That is a sign of power drunkenness. Our traditional rulers are symbols of our custom, our norms, our values. Particularly in Sokoto State, this is the home of Islam, the base of Islam in Nigeria. And the Sultan is the head of the Sultanate Council. Those traditional rulers, 15, who were deposed, removed for flimsy excuses, the Sultanate Council knew nothing about it. There was no news, no information given to the emirs. The governor just acted on his whims and caprices. We will not accept that. That is not democracy. Democracy is about consultation, information, not just one person acting autocratically, territorially, and of course, leaving the rest in limbo.
Professor Akintola, yes, just for clarity's sake, yes. Prof, just for clarity's sake, you talked about, 15 traditional rulers, deposed in a day. I mean, what reasons were given whatsoever for their deposition?
Like I said, flimsy excuses.
Like what? Please share with us.
Governors, well, some were accused of being involved in politics. Some were accused of conspiring, conniving with bandits. Of course, whether they have evidence or not, the Sultanate Council should be involved before any traditional ruler in Sokoto State. That is the practice. And that is also enshrined in the laws of Sokoto State. But our governors these days, it's not only in Sokoto State alone, our governors appear to be going to be acting with impunity. Oh, we have a governor who pulled down, demolished totally the building of the House of Assembly of a particular state. There is one that is now threatening to pull down the palace of Bayero. These are unheard of incidents, and it is only people who are thoughtless and reckless who engage in such things. Now, it is political vendetta that is at play in the removal of those 15 rulers. How did, within 1 year, it was less than 1 year that he came into power. How did he investigate the crimes committed by those traditional rulers that he will remove up to 15?
If I may, Professor Akintola, you talked about, yes, the governor of Sokoto State, Ahmed Aliyu, acting on whims and caprices. I'd like to find out from you, what's the due process when it comes to removing a particular, sultan?
That due process involves consulting the Sultanate Council, involving them, carrying them along. So, but what has happened now is exclusivity. The Sultanate Council has been excluded totally, and the influence and authority of the Sultan has been diminished. That is a prelude, a preparation to, bad songs will go before, will come before war. It is when you start singing back songs and you beating war drums that we will know that war is coming. Murik doesn't have to wait. Our experience in human rights protection is enough to tell us that, look, this is what is coming. So Ludo, former governor of the CBN, removed about 4 traditional rulers in a day. There have been so many examples about our governors going bananas, and this should be checked. We are saying the state houses of assembly, the lawmakers in the states, should check these governors. They are too reckless. The traditional rulers, not only the Sultan we are talking about. We have issued statements before asking lawmakers all over the Federation to check the governors, to remove and repeal that section of the law in their states which empower the governor to appoint and remove the governor. Okay, the governor should be reduced to ceremonial leaders in matters of tradition. Politicians have no business in tradition. Professor, they are trampling on our custom, our norms and values.
Now, Professor Akintola, you talked about, writing to lawmakers to see how to amend the Constitution in a way to, check the powers of the governors of the state. Now, beyond that, with the issue, on ground, what effort is Murik making to help resolve these issues? You talked about 15 traditional rulers who have been deposed, and also now deposition of the Sultan of Sokoto, which the governor has denied. So solutions now, what steps are you taking to have this issue resolved?
Of course, we envisaged that definitely Sokoto state government would deny. Our own is to make the allegation. The onus is on the Sokoto state government to come to the world, to tell the world whether it is actually planning to do so or not, and then to give us evidence that he has been carrying the Sultanate Council along, or that it has been hobnobbing and doing the same things, or rather acting friendly towards the Sultan. The onus is on the governor and his government to give us that evidence. It is our right to opinionate, to give our opinions. If they have the evidence that it is not so, let them come forward with it. And don't forget, the same day that we issued our statement, a statement was made orally, physically, by the Vice President of this country, Senator Kashim Shettima, His Excellency, on the same issue, reminding the government of Sokoto State that the Sultan of Sokoto is not just the Sultan of Sokoto Emirate alone, but he is an institution and should be respected. What prompted the VP's utterances, statement? We didn't make any contact. On the same day our statement came out, the VP spoke. If there is nothing there, then this is not an ordinary coincidence. Something is in the offing. Sokoto State was planning something, but they have to withdraw.
Okay,
they are putting the car in the reverse gear now because people are talking, people have seen what they are trying to do.
That's a fine place to leave it. We are pressed for time.
Desist.
Yes, we're pressed for time, and that's a fine place to wrap it up. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts on the news. Professor Ishaq Akintola, leader of Muslims Rights Concern. Many thanks once again.
My pleasure.